I appreciate that she has fans that I don't have. I'm a little jealous and uncomfortable about it, but I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. What was the question?
No, I just, if you could give the cash.
Oh yeah, the tweeting. Right. Jesus Christ. I mean, sorry. That's not yeah, we should tweet more. We try. We're never in the same place. Like, we don't live, all of us together, like in a house at all. So, like, sometimes we're in different countries and stuff. So it's all. And then if the show doesn't air in that country, like say you're in Zimbabwe, I don't know if they get it there, but if I'm there, I can't tweet about it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to tweet more too. No, the thing about the tweeting, yeah, you got it. We're good. We would all like to tweet more, and we'll try to, because I like that feedback too, you know, and I think it adds another dimension to the experience of the show. The trick is you just can't give out spoilers, and there's also time zone issues, right? So if we tweet during East Coast, and the West Coast is watching 3 hours later, you know, the sun goes around the Earth, right? No, the other way around? Oh, okay. I don't know, there's spinning, there's all... Zoe Palmer, intellectual philosopher.
Hi, what is the nicest thing a fan has ever given to you or said to you?
Wow.
Well, I mean, I obviously play a gay character on the show, and so you know the LGBT community has responded in a really big way, and I'm really moved by that, and it's something that the whole show, like both Anna and I think the whole show has really sort of been moved by how important the show has become to so many people. And you know, people have come up to both Anna and I and talked about how the show helped them come out to their parents, or how it helped them not feel so alone. And that's something that really matters to all of us, you know, because there are so many different people. And this convention is a great example of all the different kinds of people there are in the world. And I'm personally, and I think I speak for probably you too, the more different the better, right? No, Chris doesn't feel that way. So.
Yeah, definitely for me, it's like when I hear that through something that I've done has helped someone, then that's the best kind of feedback there is, you know. Because the truth about what we make, I mean, when we're working in television, we have very little feedback. We're surrounded by our crew. We work in these little black boxes with lights and cameras. And when someone reaches out, what? Yeah, I'm not going there right now. I'm talking about something that's sensitive. But yeah, so when you really know that, you know, you've affected someone's life, and they reach out and they thank you or they tell you about it, that's the best kind of feedback I've ever gotten.
Don't be shy. Hi.
Hello.
I don't know how much you guys know about. Sorry. I don't know how much you guys know about like fake creatures, but is there any sort of different kind that you want to appear on the show?
You're pretty well versed in that world.
Well, I mean, for me, I read fantasy. I was a D&D kid. I love the world of fantasy, mythology, science fiction. I think this year what we're doing is we're introducing, I don't know if I should talk about this actually. But anyway, there's hierarchies within the Fae world that we're discovering now. And you know, and in season 4 we're going to see some different sort of sides of the Fae that we didn't know existed before. And I think that'll be really cool. I mean, we always kind of, you know, there was always sort of the creature of the week sort of thing, you know, it's like, the Bob was really the small creature, you know. But I think we're moving into more sort of the broader base mythology now of the show, which I'm excited to discover. Anyone?
Okay, sure, go again. I'll ask my first and then I'll give you 2. I'm curious about the tattoo that Dyson has. Is
Which
that
one?
the long one down the back?
Okay.
Is that like a, do they have to like write that on you, or?
No, I was stupid enough to get that written on myself. No, I actually love that tattoo. I designed that tattoo when I was 21 years old, and it had a lot of personal significance to me, and I still love it, and it's being, of course, incorporated in different shows now. Little tidbit, the Fae, the language, the written language of the Fae, because it's on my back, the production designer used the language that I created on my back as the Fae language. So, yeah, it worked out really well. And the other tattoo on my arm is a really cool story too. It's our production designer Ian Brock is a really brilliant guy, artistic, looks just so versed in so many different sort of fields. And he got it looks like kind of teeth, it's stylized teeth, and it's from hobo symbology. Like back when the hobos would walk around, between towns, they would scratch symbols onto walls or houses. You can get a free meal here. This is a place where you can sleep safely. And this was beware of a vicious dog. And so he took that from one of those things and put it on my arm. I thought it was really great for Dyson.
That's pretty cool. Didn't know that one.
That's why you get to come to these things, to find out all these little.
Alright.
Oh, good lord. I got the Zoie on the spot here. I just saw a video of you rapping to Queen Latifah. What can you do it here? You guys want to see it?
Yes, we do.
We did. We're doing June 2nd. There's something called Mingle for a Mission, which is going on in Toronto, and there's certain actors from different shows that are going to be at this place. And people can go, and you pay to get in, and all of the proceeds go to a children's rehabilitation hospital in Toronto. So I think they've raised somewhere in the neighborhood of about $20,000 for this kids' hospital. It's the most incredible hospital because there are these children who have been born with all kinds of problems, and they go there to either get limbs or whatever it is that they specifically need. Anyway, so we did this thing, and we did a video to promote it. And one of the things that I did was I rapped I did a Queen Latifah rap in it. Now, I don't know that was really Jamaican, in fairness to people from Jamaica. But anyway, that's what I did, which I'm not going to do here.
Oh, come on.
What's your favorite scene you did from season 3?
I don't know if I can say one specific scene, but I really liked episode 306, where a lot of interesting things happened to my character in that episode. One is Tamsin's character messed with my head, so I'm having to act and pretend that the most beautiful Rachel is got some crazy death mask on, right? So I'm like, what am I looking at? And then I had to be all affected from her, and then Kenzie licks my face and we have like this weird sexual moment, and then I kill her. It was a really. Oh no, you guys have seen that episode, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that for me, like as far as acting challenges go, and just like having a lot to work with, that was a great episode.
Yeah, I think there was Sean Doyle came on the show at the end of he played Dr. Taft, and he's a phenomenally talented actor. So getting to do that was a bit of a departure from sort of being upset about Bo a lot. I don't know if you noticed, I'm often very upset about Bo. So anyway, it was kind of nice to play something else where I got to kind of be a little bit underhanded, I guess. Yeah.
Anyone else have a question?
You figured out how to change human DNA to Fae now. Do you think? I mean, I know you can't give a lot, but what Fae would you be? I mean, we know Kenzie wants to be Fae, so I mean, she's doing it the scary route maybe with actually going into Fae. I mean, it would be kind of nice if they reunited. Like, I mean, I don't know if you're going to use it for humans or if you're going to use it for characters like on the show.
I don't know either what Lauren will do with that new skill, and of course it opens up the question of whether or not she would use it on herself or whether or not she would use it on other humans. And of course, everybody knows that Lauren's life is finite in a way that Dyson's isn't. So if I have any chance with Bo, I have to live forever too. So I don't know what they'll do. I can't wait to find out though.
If you guys could maybe write a dream episode or something, what would you have happen in the episode?
just want to see what Lauren does when she's not doing science. Like, I kind of want to see Lauren's private life. I mean, we see a lot of her private life, but I want to see like the other thing. Like, I want to know. I feel like she's kind of crazy. Like, I think she goes to dance parties and does things that like we don't expect her to do. So I kind of wouldn't mind just an episode that explores like who she is when she's not mixing chemicals and that sort of thing. I mean, specifically for my character. What about you?
When you first said dream, I was like, you mean dream sequence episode? And I immediately thought of this strange dream I had as a child where I was a pink pig running through a green field full of purple candy canes. It was very interesting. I thought that would be a good dream episode. But no, for Dyson, I guess, too little sleep. I like the period, I like the flashback stuff for Dyson, you know, so it's like, I like to, like when we did Brotherhood of the Wolf, or I think that was what it was called, when we were running through the woods, you know, in kilts and Scottish accents. I'd love to do another one of those. It sort of makes us feel like we're doing a different show, you know. All of a sudden we were making Braveheart. It was really fun.
I have a question for Zoe. You discussed previously that you played the character for 3 years now. Now, most of the other characters have kind of a background to them. Are you hoping they delve more into Karen? And I know you relished the fact that you were that wig again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any more about that storyline either, because of course it was the end of this season, right? So I found out that I had a strange haircut in the past. I don't like that. I get it, I agree. I saw all the tweets about it. I don't know what they were thinking either. But yeah, so I'd love to sort of know what it is. I mean, she's obviously on the run from something from her past. She obviously has something to hide, so which opens up the door again about whether or not she's an inherently good person or not, or what it is. What did she do that she's so afraid that people find out? And Dr. Taft brings that file and he says it's yours to destroy, which is like a huge relief to her. So there's something that she's done or that she's been a part of that if anyone finds out will change things for her in a big way. So, but I don't know what those things are. So yeah, I want to find out too.
Anybody else?
Well, thanks so much for coming out, guys. And thanks so much for moderating.
It's not a problem.
Can we give our moderator a humongous round of applause? Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. It's great to be here.
Big group hug on the way out. Thanks for coming. Thanks for liking Lost Girl.